Very good afternoon and welcome to TV47 News. Now, thank you so much for choosing TV47 to keep you updated on news. Taking center stage at this hour, so much is happening. Remember, President William Ruto has just left the Mahi Mahiu area where a rescue operation is still ongoing for the victims of the Mahi Mahiu landslide that occurred at midnight on Sunday. So before we get right into the stories that we have lined up for you, let's take a look at the headlines. Coming up on TV47 News Now. President William Ruto is headed to the site of the Mahi Mahiu flooding tragedy in Nakuru, which has so far claimed the lives of over 50. A section of the Embu-Meru highway closed indefinitely after rains wreak havoc in the area.
The main highway between Embu and Meru is now officially closed.
And trade unions to join doctors' strike as doctors stage peaceful demonstrations in Nairobi's capital. Welcome to this live broadcast. My name is Anne Odida, and on to a top story this afternoon. A section of the Embu-Meru highway has been closed indefinitely after rainwater undermined Ikongu Bridge, which is between Mutunduri and Ena markets. Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire, who co-chaired a meeting of the County Disaster Management Committee together with County Commissioner Jack Obuo, said the bridge had become dangerous to motorists who should now use alternative routes.
The main highway between Embu and Meru is now officially closed. Imefungwa katika area inaitwa Kiangema, mahali Ikongu Bridge. Ukitoka Kiangema Secondary School, Kiangema Primary, hapo chini hiyo bridge iko na crack mbaya sana. Kwa sasa ile report tumepata kutoka kwa Kenya National Highways Authority ni kwamba hiyo njia imefungwa na hawaoni wakitengeneza hivi karibuni kwa haraka. Barabara mingi zimeharibika, bridges vile nimesema. We are trying to do data ya hizo bridges na roads zote ambazo zimeharibika, tuweze kuangalia vile tutapata pesa immediately mvua iteremke, tuanze kuzitengeneza polepole kulingana na ile fedha tutaweza kuwa nazo. Na hizo ni zingine ziko na national government through KERA ama KENHA, zingine ziko na county, lakini we are doing a report.
Now, President William Ruto has assigned the enduring Cheke Council of Elders of Meru County to organize peace talks between Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza and other leaders, including ward representatives in the region, to end long political differences experienced in the past. This is according to the leadership of the council, where, according to them, the negotiations are expected to commence this week, while also involving the religious leaders in the region to aid in restoring peace in the region, This came after the period in which the conflict between Governor Kawira Mwangaza, ward representatives, Deputy Governor Isaac Mutuma, and all the 9 members of parliament are on the crossroads in regards to political stability in the region.
Cheke ilipewa majukumu ya kuleta uwiano na tumeanza hii safari na tunaanza wiki hii. Na tutaanza kwanza kuketi na gavana wetu Madam Kawira Mwangaza na deputy wake Mutuma Twethinkia. Atafuatwa na mheshimiwa waziri Mithika Linturi na gavana wetu Kawira Mwangaza. Tutaleta wajumbe wetu pamoja na gavana, ndio watafuata wakiwa 3, na wa mwisho tutaketi na gavana na MCAs wetu wa County Assembly.
Wazee sisi hakuna kitu tunataka, Hakuna kazi yote tunataka ili tupewe. Hii mambo tunaongea tu tuone Meru inaendelea mbele vizuri kama vile ilikuwa inaendelea zamani.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has joined other leaders and congregants of AIPCA at the burial ceremony of the 4th AIPCA Archbishop Amos Kabuthu at Ihithe Village in Tetu, Nyeri County. Listening.
Tuliomba Mungu atupatie mvua ya kuzalisha chakula. Na tunashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu tumepata chakula cha kutosha. Lakini mvua imezidi, imeanza kuleta maafa. Jana nimekuwa Mai Mahiu. As of last night niliwacha watu 46. Mili inaendelea kuokotwa. Hapa Mathioya ndio nataka kwenda saa hii nikitoka hapa, iko watu 7 wamekufa hapo. Wengine anasema wamekufa huko Kieni. Niliongea ile damu Kawanjiko pale, ile ya damu ya samaki hapo iko hatari. And I think County Commissioner, you just move there. Wanamrugu. If those people cannot move, you just move them. Mimi sitaki watu ya hapo kuniita kuja kuleta blanketi, kuja kuzika hawa. Itakuwa ni jambo la aibu tukijua ya kwamba tuko na hatari hapo kwa damu ya samaki hapo pande ya Kieni West, hapo karibu kwa General Karangi. Alafu tu watu wakae alafu mvua ikuje usiku iue watoto iue mama. Mimi naomba watu wasonge bila kusongeshwa kwa nguvu. Lakini pahali wanakataa, hatutakubali watu wakufe. Kwa hivyo County Commissioner, please move to that area and organize a camp, and we start moving those people. We'll provide food and everything they need so that we can save their lives.
Now, church leaders in Isiolo and Laikipia counties have initiated a campaign to combat cattle rustling among pastoral communities in their regions through gospel evangelization. Reverend Julius Joel emphasized that relying solely on government special forces will not effectively address the issues of banditry. He stressed the necessity of divine intervention in tackling the problem. Halima Ali, the coordinator of Regional Pastoralist Peace Link, affirmed that the organization's commitment to supporting the pastors' efforts in ending cattle rustling. This phenomenon has significantly disrupted the lives of residents and hindered peace-building initiatives by the government.
A group of pastors approached Regional Pastoralist Peace Link through the Isiolo County Governor's Office, the Security Advisor's Office, and they were able to reach out to us so that we support a forum bringing them together to talk on matters peace and security within the hotspot areas of Isiolo. They had already identified these hotspot areas and are well conversant with the conflict dynamics of those areas. So we are really happy because it has been a fruitful forum today.
Tunaita watu pamoja, tusungumuzie, tuelimishe kupitia neno la Mungu. Kwa sababu hii ni kitu ambayo tumeweza kuangalia kwa undani na kuelewa kabisa shida ni gani. Kuna zile actions ambayo tutafanya, tutamwaga mafuta pale ili kuweza kumaliza na kudestroy zile demons ambayo zinatumika pale. Na hapo ndipo tutaweza kuzungumzia na kuambia hii mila imepitwa na wakati. Hii maneno ambayo wanatumia miganga na vingine vyote hazina maana. Tunataka kushikana na machifu, tuendelee pia na wao kwa sababu wao pia wanaangamiza wale ambao wamefunja sheria. Na sisi pia tunaangamiza wao kupitia neno la Mungu.
Now, as the national government continues to offset some of the remaining functions to the county governments following the 10th Summit Directive that sees county government take up roles by the end of this financial year, Devolution PS Terry Mbaika today officially launched the handing over of motor vehicle assets, valuation reports and registers for over 8,000 assets with a value of 3 billion across all 47 counties. The function, spearheaded by the Intergovernmental Relations and Technical Committee, will see the counties take upon the assets for a better delivery of services to the residents.
40 counties that are also doing this process that we are doing today across the country. 40 of them are doing this. By Friday, we will have handed over to 41 county governments all their vehicles. Then we'll be left with 7, which are in the coast region, and the northeastern will be able to cover them by next week. So this is a process that as we go to IBEC next week, we'll be reporting that this is concluded so that the financial accounting system that has been recommended for the next financial year can take effect.
When we have the audit queries, we've always had audit queries around assets. No confusion when they look at our assets to say, is this county government or is this national government? So it will be very clear message out there in terms of identifying our staff, the services that we provide, and the resources that we use, including our mechanical.
Now, Siaya County government has entered into a one-year partnership with an organization known as Rescue Company to enhance maternal and neonatal emergency medical services in the region. Speaking during the signing of a memorandum of understanding for the partnership at their offices, Siaya County's Executive Committee Member for Health, Martin Konyango, stated that they are going to engage through a public-private partnership. He added that the partnership will help in delivering prompt and high-quality pre-hospital and referral care across the county with a view to combating the high maternal and child mortality in the region. Martin stated that maternal mortality rates currently stand at over 491 per 100,000 deliveries against the SDG target of 70 per 100,000 deliveries, while neonatal mortality rate stands at 25 per 1,000 births against the SDG target of 12 per 1,000 births.
When you need to convey, to ferry, to evacuate patients before reaching the hospitals, and sometimes from one facility to the next one. So Rescue Company is coming in to provide this critical service together with us, Siaya County government. And the good thing about this is that for the first year that this partnership will be in motion, they will not put us under a lot of charges.
Rescue.co is a private company formed about 7 years ago. And what we have been doing is leveraging technology to coordinate emergency responses. So what we have seen, because we've worked with counties like Kakamega and Nairobi, is that 72% of the emergencies in most counties are maternal and neonatal. That means mothers and newborns. And therefore, we were very encouraged to work with Siaya because Siaya has the political goodwill, the health direction to bring down these numbers. So what we'll be providing is our technology where we coordinate our response.
Government spokesperson Dr. Isaac Mwaura has confirmed that the state will settle hospital bills for victims of the Monday flash floods in Mai Mahiu. Mwaura also confirmed that Nairobi County is the worst hit by the floods, with 147,000 displaced, accounting for 77% of all displaced persons in the country. The government has set up 52 displacement camps to accommodate affected individuals. Dr. Isaac Mwaura says the government is concerned on the effects of the floods happening in different parts of the country. Mwaura was speaking to the press in Mombasa County, where he confirmed that 73 people were injured in the tragedy and were admitted to nearby hospitals.
So 70 people have been reportedly missing from yesterday, making the total to 91. Interestingly, 76 are from the Rift Valley region, obviously because of the Mai Mahiu incident, 10 in the eastern region, and 4 in Nairobi County, and 1 in the coastal region. So you can see the number there. The floods have also led to displacement of Kenyans in 30,214 households, comprising of about 190,942. Now this tells you the increase of the households is by roughly about 2,000, and also the increase of the people who are affected is roughly about 5,000 since yesterday. Nairobi County is the worst hit, with 147,000 fellow Kenyans being displaced, and therefore it accounts for 77% to continue over several parts of the country. Heavy rainfalls are likely to occur in parts of the highlands east and west of Rift Valley, the Lake Victoria Basin, the Rift Valley, the southeastern lowlands, northwestern and northern Kenya. The government is concerned and planning effectively as the heavy rainfall in specific areas threaten to exacerbate the ongoing floods.
All right, now President William Ruto is in Mahi Mahiu area where he is visiting the victims of the landslides tragedy of the Sunday night that has claimed the lives of 45 people so far. Search and rescue operations is still underway in the area to try and recover more bodies and at least try and get survivors if that will be possible. President William Ruto is flanked by several leaders from the region. Reporter Mwege William is on standby. And Mwege, if you can hear me clearly, kindly bring us up to speed with the situation and the state of events in Mahi Mahiu.
All right, thank you, Odida. Back in studio, we have set camp here in Mahi Mahiu, that is in Naivasha, Nakuru County, the second day. Currently, behind me, rescue operations are still ongoing. From what I can see, there is a debris. Actually, it is a car covered in mud, among other debris, including logs, tree logs, and even twigs. What those young men and also part of the women from around here are trying to do is see what they can get out from that particular vehicle. This is downstream of this particular river, which is Tugi River, that is emanating from Kiambu County, that is below the Kijabe Hills in Kiambu County. Earlier on, Odida, for the benefit of our viewer, we managed to tour Kijabe Hills, from where this particular crisis and tragedy emanated from. From what we have gathered and what we have established so far, there was no dam that was in that particular place, or rather, with the earlier reports of a dam that had burst. No, that is not the actual matter. What we have been able to establish is that along the Kijabe Hills, below the Kijabe Hills, there was a railway line that was running from Nairobi all the way to Nakuru and finally Kisumu. And below that particular railway line, there was a tunnel that was letting river water to flow downstream from Kijabe Hills downstream to Mahi Mahiu. And that is where the problem was. Earlier on, even as the country continues to experience heavy rainfalls, as from Thursday, that particular tunnel, there was a blockade due to debris, including mud that was emanating top hills, that is in Kijabe Hills. And following that blockade, water has been piling up in that particular area for the better part of last week, starting Thursday. And what we can establish so far, reports are emanating that residents downstream of this particular river had been warned that water is piling upstream and they should move to higher grounds. Even on Sunday, we are getting reports that ministers, that includes evangelical ministers, took the opportunity at the pulpit to announce to the congregates to move further from those who are living close to the streams, or rather the river, to move to higher grounds. But they did not heed to that call. But unfortunately, on Sunday, that is Monday early morning, we saw, or rather reports emanated that particular area, the tunnel could no longer hold the water, leading to it bursting and letting the water that had already gathered there for the better part of last week from Thursday flowing down with fury. And the results, as you can see, these are the results. The numbers of those fatalities keep rising day by day. This being the second day, we have reports and we have witnessed as rescue operations continue in this particular area. Earlier on, we have heard from President William Ruto directing that the military should also be included, or rather should be added in these particular operations, even as more families continue to register loved ones who they are reporting to be missing, more mortuaries and also more hospitals continuing to receive dead bodies from which are being picked from this particular area. So, on Odida, we have been keeping tabs on this particular story with my colleague Willie Dennis Njiru. We are all hands on deck and boots on ground to give our viewer an account, a blow-to-blow account on what transpired, what is still going on here in Naivasha, or rather Mahi Mahiu in Naivasha, that is Nakuru County. But for now, I will head somewhere else to check on the condition on how the operation is still going on, and more details in our subsequent bulletin at 7 and 9 p.m. But for now, I take it over back to you, Odida.
Thank you so much, Mwege William, for that update. Thank you for the good work that you're doing over there at Mahi Mahiu. Now, the junior secondary schools teachers in Narok County, led by the Secretary General of Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, that is KUPPET, Charles Ngeno, have threatened to boycott teaching if the Teachers Service Commission fails to honor a court order on permanent employment basis after 1 year of service. Ngeno added that KUPPET is just acting as a link between the teachers and the TSC offices, thereby requested they join demos with their fellow JSS teachers who are on internship.
Members of KUPPET are here to join our teachers who are serving as JSS interns to indeed tell TSC that it must withdraw the case of appeal that it took to court. The court, the Labor Relation Court, issued a ruling that said it is illegal for JSS teachers to be engaged as interns. TSC has gone to court, and its appeal, the grounds of its appeal are very lovable. Number one, they have said that these teachers are not guaranteed of employment after the elapse of their contract. To us, that is not the position. The president is on record having said that these teachers will be confirmed after 1 year. We don't know who advised TSC to extend their internship for another 1 year. What we are asking Teacher Service Commission, let us confirm these interns immediately, because the courts have stated very well.
As the JSS teachers, we wish to call upon the government through TSC to do the following. Mogul's power! Mogul's power! Number one, to confirm all the JSS teachers as directed or ruled by the court on the 17th that internship is illegal. Mogul's power! Mogul's power! That to convert the 46,000 JSS teachers into permanent and pensionable with immediate effect. Mogul's power! Mogul's power! Not going to allow this one. Yes. When you're not going to be confirmed, we are not going to report to school. No confirmation, no reporting. No confirmation, no confirmation, no confirmation.
Now, the dispute between Nyandarua business owners and the county government is getting worse after the 30-day deadline for renewing their licenses got expired. However, a large number of traders have now vowed not to pay, citing their isolation in the decisions to increase the new fees. While addressing the media, the businessmen revealed that even after the governor, Dr. Kiarie Badilisha, saying that there will be no additional payment, they were being charged twice, adding that their efforts to find a meeting with Badilisha had hit a rock.
Nilikuwa nimelipishwa 2640 na sasa the same license ninaambiwa ati ninalipa 6,100 na shilingi 10. Sasa ninashindwa, kwani wewe governor, na wewe tulikuchagua, wewe ni daktari na umesoma, kwani ulitumia percentage gani kuniongeza hizo pesa zote? Alafu baadaye ndio tunakusikia ukisema ati hiyo ni uongo, haujaongeza, na tunajua sisi ndio tunalipanga license. Kwa nini unawadanganya? Kwa nini unadanganya mwananchi wa Nyandarua?
Tumejaribu kwenda kumuuliza na imeshindikana. Tumejaribu kumwambia imeshindikana. Tumemwambia angushe barua imeshindikana. Sasa tukaona ni afadhali tusimame kwa uwanja tukiwa wanabiashara ili tumwambie.
Kwa hivyo ningependa kuomba watu wetu ambaye Mungu amewasaidia wamepata municipality, wasikubali siasa iletwe kwa municipality zao, kwa sababu hiyo inaweza risk hiyo municipality kupotea.
Now it's time for a sporty action. Now the Raiders and Miracle Workers were crowned winners of the Kisumu edition of the Red Bull Half-Court competition in the men's and women's categories respectively, in a competition that was held at the Jomo Kenyatta Sports Ground in Kisumu County. Raiders secured the men's title after outsmarting their opponents, Kings of Kisumu, with a score of 8-7, while the Miracle Workers stand swift to bag the ladies' title. The national finals will be held in Nairobi on the 1st of June.
I'd say I've learned a lot about the rules and the quickness of the half court. Yeah, I've learned a lot in the experience. I'd say from when I started the Red Bull up to now, I'm more experienced.
So we are going to intensify our training, look at our weaknesses, beef it up so that we can be ready for the final.
Because it's going regionally, we are saying the grassroots are also getting the right exposure for the game. It's regional, Mombasa, Eldoret, Kisumu, then Nairobi. So there's talent across all the region being scouted. Guys get exposed, going to play against. It has really helped to grow the game at the grassroots level.
Now, Bayern Munich will tonight face UEFA Champions League record champions Real Madrid in the first leg of the semi-finals that is scheduled to take place at the Allianz Arena Munich. The Bundesliga heavyweights are eyeing to beat the Carlos Ancelotti-led side and forget their inconsistent status that they have been witnessing in the domestic league, as two of the English current best players, Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane, will face off. Dortmund will face Paris Saint-Germain tomorrow at the Iduna Park.